Now it's down here below ground in the basement where the major problems are. Hi, Andy, you're the chief engineer. Tell us, what is going on down here?
Well, down here is where all the engineering services start. We've got ageing systems and we've got things like, gas alongside steam, alongside high voltage electricity. These are just things that you wouldn't have and you wouldn't want to have.
We make our way through what feels like never-ending corridors of cabling and pipes, so intertwined that for decades it's been a case of patch and mend.
If this is the engine room, if you like, it looks like a bit of a mess.
It is a mess and it all needs to be replaced. And it's of an age where it's all starting to fail. And this is all part of the fire risk that we've really got with the Palace at the moment. Hi there, it's Andy Piper. We're about to go in the sewage ejector plant room below speaker screen. So just watch yourself as you come down the very steep steps as we go.
The Palace of Westminster relies on an internal sewage system dating back to 1888. It's now almost 130 years old. If it broke down, it would close the building.
Dare I ask, is sewage seeping in?
So we certainly have problems with these. We come down in the past and, it's been knee deep down here.
You're kidding?
No, but I mean, these are the issues that we're running. And at least down here it's manageable because we can see it. But this is the same system that runs throughout the entire palace.
Every day the fabric of this historic building gets worse. The problem is it's deteriorating much quicker than it can be fixed.
It's certainly showing signs of wear after a century and a half.
Tom Healy is in charge of the restoration programme.
You can see all this very ornate stonework around us. If you look up here, you can see the white staining there and where the sort of outer layer of the stone has just sort of flaked off. That's water damage caused by a gutter above that leaking over many years, possibly decades. And because the gutters are buried inside the stonework, we often don't know that they're leaking until the water starts to come through like this.
Until it's too late, basically.
Exactly.
And how much of this sort of damage is there around?
I'd say you see it pretty much everywhere. Eventually it'll crumble and it won't be safe. One of the big issues we have is the windows. We've got more than 3,000 of these bronze-framed windows, all of which date from the mid-19th century.
So just show us what the issue is.
Well, here's a good example. You see this one, you move it a bit, but it doesn't can't really shut it properly. You've got this gap.
I assume they let water in and let heat out.
Exactly, yes.
And how much will something like this cost?
Well, we don't know at the moment. They're quite a specialist item. You can't just go and buy them in a DIY store. It probably is going to be very expensive, but obviously nobody wants a building leaking heat in the way that this building is.
And the expensive problems don't end there.
Right, so here we are on the roof.
I bet very few people get access to this.
That's right, we're on the roof above the chamber of the House of Commons.
Wow, what a stunning view.
It's great, isn't it?
I guess it's from up here that you can see some of the damage.
Yes, I'll show you over here if you come and look over this parapet.
I need to be a bit taller.
You do, yeah. So if you lean over a bit, you can see the state of the roof over there. It's absolutely covered in rust. They're letting water in and they're all in urgent need of repair. They need to be taken off and taken away and cleaned up.
And how many of them are we talking about?
Thousands, but it needs to be done, otherwise we'll have water coming into the building and it'll cause untold damage to the fabric below us.
It's not often we get this close to Big Ben. This place is steeped in history, and when it was first built it was a state-of-the-art home for Parliament. Now it's just an estate of disrepair.